bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it's so great to have you with us. The Ministry of Grand Bahama, key officials of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and the Chamber of Commerce are back home following a week-long trade mission to Panama. The delegation discussed possible ventures as it relates to the Freeport Harbor and logistics transportation. The deepest harbor in the region and the largest man-made harbor in the world. These two assets puts this island at the top of the list once the extension of the Panama Canal is complete in 2014. The Minister for Grand Bahama, Dr. Michael Darville, shares the level of success at a recent visit to Panama.
We were fortunate to meet the Minister of Commerce. The meeting was very fruitful. We have extended an invitation to the Minister and his delegation to the island of Grand Bahama to see exactly what we have to offer, and also to understand the importance of our deepwater harbor as well as our ship care facility and how important that will be between the two governments and the private sector.
He says there are only a few places that can accommodate these megaships that will pass through the canal, and Grand Bahama is ready.
Much more ready in the Port of Miami, and we believe it will definitely be an opportunity for us to expand our harbor, to increase the work at our ship care facility, as well as to improve the amount of container traffic that we anticipate will be coming from the canal to Grand Bahama.
Grand Bahama's unemployment rate is the highest in the country, but Dr. Darville says the opportunity to partner with Panama is also an opportunity for job growth. He adds, however, that training is essential.
I believe the days are gone when we bring direct foreign investment in our country and do not prepare the Bahamian population for what is about to come. Industry, trade, commerce is about to take place in Grand Bahama, and the trade and industry is in logistics. We must be prepared. And this ministry, along with National Training Institute, all of our tertiary institutions are fully aware of the opportunities that are going to be available in Grand Bahama. Today, I had the opportunity to speak with representatives from the College of the Bahamas about devising new innovative plans and new innovative programs to be able to capitalize on what the industry have to offer.
Now the question is, how soon will this all come to fruition?
The Panama Canal will be completed in early 2014. It is important for us now to begin to plan and to prepare for what is about to take place. Like everything else, you do not go on a trip and then you see the effects of the trip the next morning. It requires preparation. It sometimes requires contingency and different groups coming in to look of ways how they can possibly invest. Sometimes they come in, they look, and then they have to partner with the government. Sometimes the government have to become actively involved to make the necessary arrangements. But we are confident that the trip in Panama will bring forth good fruit for the economy of Grand Bahama.
In other news, the Grand Bahama economy is set to get a big injection next week as Italian telecommunications company 3 Italia, a member of the Hutchison Whampoa Group, hosts their annual sales convention at the Grand Lucerne Resort. 1,000 of the company's top performing operators are set to travel to Grand Bahama February 10th through the 14th. In preparation for the group, the resort has undergone significant refurbishment and 200 temporary workers have been employed. Ben Davis, general manager, reported that 3 Italia will occupy the entire resort facility, including Breakers Key, the Reef Village, and the Lighthouse Point. They are expected to generate 4,000 room nights and pump more than $1.5 million into the local economy. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Obi Wilshcombe, says the visit will help to stimulate growth opportunities in this important European gateway. The group is set to arrive at Grand Bahama International Airport on Sunday. They depart on Valentine's Day, which is February 14th. And on to some sad news, another fatal accident on the streets of Grand Bahama. Reports are that around 7 last night, while conducting a traffic stop in the Granville Avenue area, Police officers observed a gray 1993 Mercury Tracer that's believed to have been stolen. Police say the officers attempted to stop the vehicle, but the driver of the Mercury Tracer attempted to elude the officers and crashed into a black Nissan Altima, which was traveling west on Granville Avenue. A male cyclist who was on the southern side of Granville Avenue was hit in the process. The driver of the Mercury Tracer was able to escape. The cyclist and the driver and passenger in the black Nissan Altima were all taken to hospital. The cyclist passed around 2:30 this morning. The driver and passenger in the Nissan Altima are listed in stable condition. Now, this is the second traffic-related death in less than a week. As you may recall, this past Saturday, a two-vehicle collision in the Freeport area left 49-year-old Fritz Fries Nordalis dead. His passenger is still hospitalized, and the driver of the second car involved in Saturday's accident has since been released. In other news, police are also investigating an armed robbery that occurred around 9 p.m. last night in the Allenby Lane area. According to reports, two men were approached by two suspects. One of the suspects was described as 5 feet 5 inches tall, slim build, dark complexion, wearing a dark-colored pants, jacket, and hat. The second suspect is said to be about 5 feet 9 inches tall, slim build, light complexion, and was wearing a dark-colored pants and jacket. The suspects were reportedly with an unknown object, held the men at bay, and robbed them of $3,000 in cash. Meantime, a female was attacked and robbed while walking in the area of East Sunrise Highway. The woman told police that a man approached her from behind and repeatedly hit her about the head and snatched her chain from her neck, which is reportedly valued at $1,200. That incident occurred around 5 o'clock on Tuesday evening. Police are actively investigating these matters, and anyone with any information should contact police at 350-3107, 911-919, or your nearest police station. The Urban Renewal team making a disturbing discovery today in the southern district of Grand Bahama. Officials say it once again shows the level of human suffering taking place on this island. Joan Davis-Roll reports.
No, it is not a scene from back in the day or the early days of the Bahamas, but in 2013, in the settlement of Lewis Yard, Grand Bahama, is a mother of two who has lived in a home for the past 5 years with no power, stove, or water, and is forced to cook outdoors.
It's like an everyday struggle because if they go to school, I have to make sure they get breakfast to put in their stomach or a little bit of food for lunchtime. Well, in the morning I'll walk on the bay, but if it rains and the wood is wet, that's a no food day. But if the wood dries, a grilling day.
Cooking is not her only challenge. A makeshift kitchen and overall living conditions mirror her desperate level of despair. Latoya McIntosh, who is unemployed, says it is a struggle every day not only to feed her children but to survive. The young mother was discovered by officials of the Central Division of Urban Renewal, Deputy Director of Urban Renewal on Grand Bahama, Michelle Reckley.
From day to day, we tend to just relax and enjoy what we have, but we do not understand what is in our backyard, what is right around us, and the conditions that Bahamians are living in this part of Grand Bahama. And, you know, seeing this today is almost unbelievable. But what is most important, she wants help. She wants the public to know. And we are here from Urban 2.0 to bring help, hope, and relief. Her food is provided through her going some days, finding a little scrap metal, getting a sale for it, and being able to purchase a meal so when her children comes home, they can eat. This is a story that should touch the churches, that should reach Grand Bahamians, that should reach the naysayers who are so comfortable and believe this program is not working. We are here to bring help. We are here to bring hope. And I'm asking all of you to join hands with us.
Latoya McIntosh is not the only one fighting to survive. While in the area, Reckley and the Urban Renewal team were also called to the home of another mother in dire straits, living in similar conditions.
Today, Grand Bahama is faced with poverty at its highest. And she said that she lived in a car. She has 5 children, 2 of whom she's getting assistance, and she has 3 who cannot go to school. She's in need of Pampers. She's asking for bathroom facilities because she has none. She has no water. She has no light. These are the basic necessities of life.
The distressed mother, Laudelle Lewis, made this appeal for help.
They assist me with some pampers and some grocery. Anything they can supply me with, I appreciate it.
Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
The Bahamas Union of Teachers continues to monitor the situation at the Lewis Yard Primary School. You may recall that the school was relocated to the old St. Vincent de Paul campus in Hunters in September. And just last week, teachers and parents raised health concerns. Tonight, Megan Shepard talks with a BUT executive about this ongoing issue.
Reports are finally in on the suspected mold situation at Lewis Yard Primary School on the campus of St. Vincent de Paul. Area Vice President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Quinton LaRota, is commending education officials for responding so quickly to ensure the health and safety of everyone at the institution.
I have a report in my possession from Environmental Health, or a copy of a report, which confirms the teacher's suspicion that there was mold on the campus, and that the mold that was found, one of them is harmful, particularly to people who already have compromised immune systems or who are asthmatic or have certain allergens.
LaRota says that we now live in a time when no issue should be taken lightly, especially concerns that may put someone's health at risk. He says while the affected classrooms are being taken care of, the entire school is also being inspected.
What's happening now is a chemist has been contracted to look at the entire campus, including the area that wasn't under suspicion for molds, and that a cleaning process will be done. And so I think that everybody worked together in that situation to bring about an outcome that was desirable to everybody. Now this work is still in progress, and in the meantime the teachers have been in an area where there's no suspicion of mold with the students, trying their best to teach under less than ideal circumstances.
LaRota says he is pleased with the level of progress thus far.
As soon as I was informed by the shop steward that the mold was confirmed, I called the director, Lionel Sands, and I asked that there be screening for teachers and students for any infection that may be related to mold infection. He agreed immediately and said that that would be facilitated through the Ministry of Health, and that's been happening. There was also some concern about other forms of fungus in the play area, and that is also being addressed, as I was informed of that by District Superintendent Cooper. And so I think the ministry is doing a good job of addressing the concerns.
No timeline has been set for the entire school to be assessed, but he is hopeful that it will be done in a timely manner. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.